Hello YouTube, how's it going? Elite Legionario here, bringing you a 2 versus 2 for Rome Total War on the grassy flatlands again. I'm in command of Carthage and I'll be teaming up with Monolith. He's already put this particular battle up on his channel, so I'll link it. He's had it up a few weeks before me because I've had other videos to put up and that sort of thing. But I'm gonna put this one here to schedule and put it ahead of some of the other ones so I can get it up there in time. So yeah. So our opponents are OHJK89 and Rabandami, I guess that's how you say his name. They are the Julio Romans and the Brutio Romans respectively. So my army consists of 2 units of slingers. This is just to take hold as archer auxiliary. I do not expect in any way that they'll win, but if they make them waste arrows on my slingers, that's fine by me. It'll save them from being, you know, my much more valuable units being shot up by his archer auxiliary. I have 2 units of town watch. This is important. I need to screen my units from those urban cohorts peeler, which are going to annihilate me otherwise. And I've also done another very important trick for defeating urbans, is I've condensed my line into a continuous line. No gaps in this line whatsoever. There's nothing here in this line that there's no gaps, and if you've ever played Rome Total War long enough, you will notice that urbans, they're kind of like, they wedge their way around the sides. Any Roman unit does, and it kind of slips into the flank and gets around behind your men, and that's how they get pretty badly owned. So Monolith's going to try and help me here, which is good of him, but it doesn't really bother me that my men are getting killed because, as I said, they're meant to absorb his arrows. If he's wasting time shooting my crappy slingers, they were just there because they were leftover money that I couldn't put upgrades on anything decent. Cavalry-wise, I have 4 units of gold sacred bands and sacred band cavalry and 2 units of gold round shield cavalry. Now my plan here is, obviously my opponent, I was expecting Praetorian cav and I was right. My sacred band cav are not going to be strong enough to defeat Praetorian cav, but what I'm going to do, if I can pin him with my sacred band, then come around the flank and encircle his remaining Praetorians, my round shields, that should enable me to defeat them. That's the plan, or the thinking there. So Monolith, let's have a look at Monolith's army. He's got 4 units of, I believe they are just 1 upgrade on his archers there. He's got, let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, he's got 6 units of gold royal pikemen, and he had a lancer which he's hiding in the shadows, so you can actually do that on the grassy flatland. I don't really know how you'd actually be able to do that in real life, but he's also got 4 companion cavalry and a second lancer. Good choice units here. These are good units to use. So we've got very similar armies, and we're kind of almost causing an encirclement here, and our cav are going right out into the flank. So my opposition had 5 urban cohorts, and let me demonstrate what I'm going to do here in a moment to stop him firing. Now he's clever enough not to waste his peeler on my town shield, and I know he's clever enough to do this. I can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge him here. Now my men are going to rout like instantly, but while this is done, I've charged my sacred band forward and got one straight. Look at that, phalanx rushed into formation. He can't use his peeler at all. So you can just, if your enemy won't fire their peeler, rush them with the peeler screen, then rush them with your line, and he can't fire his peeler. And because my line is so well condensed, I'm actually winning in a lot of areas. If you look at my sacred band here, it's actually saying winning. Now I'm not going to win it forever, but so here he's going to charge in. I'm going to try and encircle him here. I've got my guys out here trying to just deter this unit from coming in, and I'm doing a good job at defeating these units here, but my encirclement doesn't go quite as well. But I eventually end up encircling twice, if I remember correctly. And as you can see, his Praetorian cav are losing quite badly. And I got extra support, and I rout 2 units here. I'm thinking, yep, I've got his cav at this point. And I try to hit some of his urbans here, which I shouldn't have. I should have just focused on killing the rest. And as he comes in here, I encircle over this side as well. But if you look at these Praetorians, this one Praetorian unit is fighting 4 of my cavalry units, and he is winning. It says he's winning this fight, and he brings in his urbans now, and once they come in, I have to get out because I'm going to lose. So over here, he actually routs this unit here, and this is going. Monolith supports him here, which is good because eventually my sacred band would probably start struggling against urbans. He's doing quite a good job over here because he's getting his cav in. His opponent had a much bigger but less upgraded army, so his royal pikemen are holding, but they'll still lose for sure against urbans. So amazingly, even after 2 encirclements, my his Praetorian cav still beat my cavalry. So I was pretty frustrated with that because I thought that was kind of cheap, but then again I'm up against urbans and Praetorians. It's kind of just gotten something I've gotten used to. So the army that Rabanmi had was, as you can see, these urbans actually not got any upgrades at all. His archers have got quite a few upgrades, but he's allowed them to get very clumped up in the mess, and good timing with some of Monolith's cavalry has allowed him to rout some core units over here. So his pikemen will hold, but the only thing that I suspect that's keeping these raw pikemen in the game is because they are more upgraded than these urbans. Otherwise these urbans would have absolutely smoked them for sure. But anyway, over here a combined attack rips through them over here, and in this part my Sacred Band have beaten them down here. And the reason I won this is because I saved myself from getting hit by Peeler, and I rushed him and I had no gaps in my lines. So I was able to beat a lot of his urbans, and as you see I beat his urbans in the centre and on the flank, and I had support on the side from Monolith, which was good of him. But he's going to lose most of his cavalry here. I don't really get time to outline Rabanmi's forces, but if you watch Monolith's side of this battle, you'll get more of their side, so I will link that into my channel description at the bottom of this video. So Monolith's coming in from multiple sides now, and as you can see these urbans have got no upgrades, but even so, look at it, in some cases they're still winning, other cases they're losing, even against gold raw pikemen. But had they been gold, Monolith would have lost that for sure, because he didn't Peeler shield his raw pikemen, and his pikemen are not as strong as my ones. So but he did have much better missile units, which are actually getting run off now, and I can't help him. Even though I got double encirclements, the thing that had me sort of smoking in this fight was I got double encirclements on my opponent's cavalries. I had, as you saw over there, 4 units of cavalry surrounding 1 Praetorian cavalry, and that Praetorian cavalry was beating all 4 of them. So that's just a testament to how frustrating that was. And all the units involved in that were gold. So sure, Praetorian cavalry are better, but they shouldn't be like that much better. But anyway, I'm coming in to support Monolith now. He doesn't really need my support, but all over here he's getting a wee bit beaten up. But he doesn't really need my support, but he's going to get it anyway, because it will help. Now some of these Roman units have regrouped. The Julio players' Roman units are regrouped, even though I had effectively beaten them. But so we've got to quickly kind of rout these urbans. But Monolith did some really good cav work, and his opponent's army was quite a bit bigger. He had a lot more units than my opponent. My opponent had more upgraded units, so some of my round shields get a bit caught out here. I didn't actually spot this, so they're going to rout, but oh well. At this point though, we're just finishing off the rest of the forces here, but and Monolith can't do much to protect his archers because cavalry are gone. But the reason I suspect that Royal Pikemen held so long is because if you looked at those urbans, they had no upgrades. Whereas I noticed when I watched Monolith's end of this video, he suspected that they did, but it was actually the Archer Auxiliary which were mixed in with the urbans that made it look like they had upgrades. But it's the Archer Auxiliary. If you look back here, these Archer Auxiliary are packing upgrades, packing about 4 or 5 upgrades. There's no way he could afford a cav force as big as he had. He had 6 cav and like 5 urbans and then a whole heap of archer. So there's no way he could afford to upgrade all that to gold on the 30k bounds I think this game was on. That's 15k per man. So there's no way he could get those kind of upgrades going on all his men. But it doesn't matter because even urbans and non-upgrade are still a pretty big challenge for even gold Royal Pikemen. Royal Pikemen are so outmatched by urbans, it's not funny. And my Sacred Band are also outmatched, but not as badly. As you can see, they held a lot better against a lot stronger units. So the best asset in Monolith's army were actually his cavalry, which caused quite a lot of routing problems over here, although they ended up getting routed themselves, but they did their part, so it was good. So by this point we're just preparing to get into position to finish off the last of my opponent's regrouped forces, which is very, very minor indeed. So I'm just going to triple speed while we get into position here. It's just going to be kind of a whole lot of banding into position while we reorganise. And if I actually remember correctly, Rabanmi has a channel as well. I don't know, I think he does Minecraft videos, I don't know. I will link him also, just because he's a player in this battle. I haven't had a lot of time to check his channel out as of yet, but I think he told me he did a lot of Minecraft stuff. So we've got another battle against him as well, so I'll upload that next. Me and Monolith will team up against these two guys again, and I thought, like, playing both of them, they were both good players. I felt they played well, they worked well together. I was particularly impressed with Rabandmi's game though. He's quite experienced by the feel of it. It was quite tough. So over here, see, as you can see, look at this. When faced against Urbans that have got equal upgrades, Monolith's guys rout straight away. And they're getting only over here are they doing good because it's got 2 units into him. But these units here are getting absolutely creamed by these much more. The reason he did so well against the Brutio ones because the Brutio ones did not have any upgrades. But now I'm in to help him support. But he's done such a fantastic job of fighting off such huge forces anyway. Like I said, Raw Pikemen are just completely outclassed in every way by Urban Cohort, absolutely every way. The only thing that Raw Pikemen have got to say for them is more of them. That doesn't really make much of a difference. But the good thing with me and Monolith is we've been playing this game together for a long time now, and therefore we kind of just know what each other's doing most of the time. Anyway, doesn't mean we don't make mistakes, but over here together we've managed to rout the remainder of the Roman forces. But as you can see, I think it was at least 2 of his Royal Pikemen routed against those Urban Cohort that had the same upgrades. So at this point they had both admit defeat, so it's just about to end. And there you go, it's a clear victory. Clearly Monolith got a lot more kills than me though. I mean, I was quite surprised that he got so many more than me. His opponent's army was a lot bigger than mine. I think he had 2 extra cav units and about 3 extra infantry units and about 4 extra artillery units. But my opponent had a lot more. As you can see, look at his opponent. He had nearly twice as many men as my opponent. My opponent went with a small but powerfully upgraded army, and Monolith's opponent went with a big but not very big. So it's kind of a good balance they went for there. But Monolith killed so many of his opponents, so yeah, by killing his opponent he got a lot of kills, and he did kill some of OHs as well. So 1,394 for Monolith and 570 for me, so I was still very pleased with my men, particularly my Sacred Band. They held those Urbans at bay brilliantly. And these guys did well as well though. It was a pretty close game. This is clear, but I felt it was pretty close. I was impressed the way my cavalry went, but I was also frustrated, even though I got 2 full encirclements here, and those Praetorian Cavs still came out. You know, Praetorian Cav are just frustrating. But you know, I hope they kind of correct that sort of unbalancing stuff. I mean, I think Praetorian Cav are a cool unit, but at the same time, Rome really shouldn't have a cavalry unit that's that good. Or at least like it should be a unit that's capped, like maybe a maximum of like 3 or 4, 3 of them, I don't know, because it's, you know, the Romans wouldn't field a whole of their Praetorian Guard every fight and their cavalry units. So most of this is pretty even across the board stuff for my army, but I was pretty impressed with it because I know I had the much more upgraded opponent. He was smaller than me, but his army was very upgraded, and Monolith's got the much bigger opponent in terms of numbers, and it shows in the kills. But anyway, it was a really fun game. I will link both Monolith and Rabandmi's channels in the description if you're interested in looking at them. Monolith has done this battle from his point of view. I don't know whether Rabandmi will, I'm not sure. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you soon next time.